And she just ain't got, it's like she don't want nothing in life. I cannot be with a woman like that. All we do is argue. Argue. She don't want to work. She pick her kids up, drop her kids off to her mama house while she go out and be in the streets all night. And I'm over here paying the bills. And the f***ed up part is, I got a homie, his wife got a business.
Oh my God.
She was gonna hire her on the spot to answer the phones for her business, $20 an hour. I tell this dumb, hey, my homie wife got a business, and all you gotta do is answer the phone, $20 an hour. She gonna look at me and tell me what the fuck I look like. I'm like, what do you mean, what the fuck do you look like? $20 an hour, and you telling me you can't work for $20 an hour to sit on your ass? That's when I knew I couldn't work no more. That's her kids' stuff. It's like, I can't do it. Her kids tearing my house up. You know what I mean? I love them kids in my dear heart, but I can't do this. Sometimes you get fed up. I'm waking up, I'm going to work every day with attitudes, getting into it with my boss, arguing with my employees, my coworkers, and it's like, I just can't do it. God, please forgive me for doing this. I never meant to be this way. Like, you know I'm a good man at heart, but sometimes you get fed up. I done asked her 7 times to leave, and it's just like, I can't deal with this no more. She don't want to work. She pick her kids up, drop her kids off to her mama house while she go out and be in the streets all night. And I'm over here paying the bills. And the f***ed up part is, I got a homie, his wife got a business.
Man, first off, he sound fed up. I heard that sound before. Judging by this man putting out everything in the rain, no less. He don't give a damn. If I was him, I'd be a little bit careful with that. She might try to sue you or take you to small claims or something like that, but you probably want to put it somewhere where it's like a garage if you got it, or some kind of storage. But I feel him though, man. If that's what your agreement is and y'all talking through it, and you tell her that, hey, you need to step up. There's responsibility that you got going on. Okay, you're not a housewife. You're not the one that's going to take care of the house. So you need to have a job. We need to go, you're going to have a percentage of these bills. Do her part. And sounded like she didn't do that. She wasn't taking them seriously. And sometimes you got to take it there. Standing on business. And so a lot of times women don't really think that you're going to really do that. A lot of guys are just saying, you know what? Hey, I love you. I care about you. But I love you and care about you enough to move on. I ran out of patience. I can't do it no more. Let me go ahead and go over here, whether it's being single and focusing on his own life, or he's going to go with another woman who fits his lifestyle better. I know a lot of women in the comments, they're going to be like, oh, he did a little bit too much. He threw her out. The way he sounds, this is when you reach the end. And he's just like, there's nothing else I can do. I done talked too much. The talking is done. I'm done talking. And they can only feel sorry for themselves for too long. They can only be depressed for too long. They can only walk around the park for too long. Take a drive for too long. Until their frustrations boil. Just gotta go. They gotta go. It sucks that it would have to come down to something like this. I don't like seeing this. But, you gotta make sense of these type of situations. And I feel like people could learn from this. She had a situation where it sounds like she's standing there with her kid, with a guy who's paying all the bills. And this is what a lot of women want, but probably she felt like that was a requirement of being with her. She felt like she probably didn't need to work. She felt like she was too good to work. But you got to bring something. You got to bring some value to the household, or else what's the point? Especially if you got kids that's not his. $20 an hour, that ain't bad, right? That ain't bad for somebody, especially if they don't got a job. Just answering phones. Sounds like a pretty straightforward, simple job. Can't really sneeze at that. And the fact that she wasn't really willing to do that or try to learn something new if she didn't have the skills tells you all you need to know. You want me to go out and put all that on my back, but you can't play your position? You can't do what you need to do? You know what I mean? So the going is getting good right now, sounds like, right? He got a good job. He's doing his thing well enough to take care of everybody without her having to pitch in. But let's say all of a sudden he got a pivot, or he's going through a rough patch where he got to figure out what he got to do next. Well, she doesn't even have a job. And the fact that he was willing to take care of her kids, you could appreciate some guys that do that, that are willing to do that, right? If they really care about the girl. It's not every man is going to be willing to do that. You know what I mean? And so that means you got to really value that as a woman. That's not easy to find. So you got to really treasure that as a woman. Got this man going to work frustrated, dog. Got this man taking it out on his managers, taking it out on his superiors, all because you don't want to do right.
Now you stuff? There you go.
I'm not going out to the conference here.
You leaving right now. You gotta go.
I'm waiting for the car.
You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? When they disrespect you,
Damn.
don't be on a little nigga, don't leave me, man. Outside.
Bitch, you wasn't saying nothing about no respect hoe when you was fucking at 5 o'clock in the morning.
True.
Like, you do these dog ass hoes, man. Put them hoes up. Bitch, don't cut off no lights in here.
But ladies, man, y'all got to stop thinking that men won't just pull the plug. At this point in time, men are just saying, you know what, enough is enough. And they will pull that plug. So you got to play ball. You got to bring something. Cause some of these men mean business.
And this apartment is $1,800.
Wait, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm tired.
Yeah, you gotta go. You sitting back watching TV, Cocomelon, whatever you watching. You gotta go, man. I'm paying all these bills by myself. These bills $1,800, and it's cutting my check off. I can't have fun.
But can't afford your rent. Come on now.
I can't afford my rent. What I can't afford is a woman sleeping in my crib and not helping me with the bills. Man, you gotta go.
Mother, excuse my language.
The door is 10 inches away. You gotta go. You gotta go. Come on, pack your bags. Pack his bags.
Serious.
Both of y'all gotta go. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Look at this. I've been working at jobs. She got ants all in my crib. Look at this. Ants all in my crib. You gotta go. You gotta go now. This apartment $1,800. You gotta go. Get out.
Why this piece of crap?
Pack y'all bags and you gotta go.
Damn.
This piece of crap.
Y'all, who in the wrong? She in the wrong. I'm not finna let no. I'm not finna let no young lady live in the crib with me and not helping me with the bills.
I'm your baby mother. Come on now.
It don't matter, baby mother or not.
But you flexing like you got it, but can't afford your rent.
No, you heard acting like a princess, a queen, however you want to call it, and you not helping your man with the bills. Like, what they do that at? They gonna say you wrong, man, cause you real life wrong for that. You putting all pressure on me, putting all the stress on me. Man, I'm not finna argue with you. I'm not finna argue with you. You heard what I said. I'm finna lock this door. You gone.
My man changed the keys on him. You see how right away she threw insults and shame right to him. Oh, you know, you on social media talking about you got it, but you can't even pay your rent. You can't even have the humility to say, you know what, you're right. I'm wrong. Let me get my shit together. Let me improve who I am. Let me do the things I'm supposed to do. You throw an insult to him, and it's a personal insult as well. Like, you've been watching them waiting to say that. They really think this is going to work. Talking shit and being personal. And when a guy's trying to reason with them. Women got to realize that they're highly motivational. You're either going to help motivate a man to get to the next level, or you're going to help send a man on his way to his downfall. You choose. You choose. Wait, so she can't even, like, clean the spot? She can't even keep it clean? He paying all the bills, but she can't even, like, keep it in order? Or, like, that's crazy. You just sitting back, dragging down a man? You know what I'm saying? That right there is draining. You seen how, and you know, as a man, you just trying to explain and reason and get your point across, and they're not even listening to you, and they're not even hearing you. And it's like, of course you don't want to throw the person out, but it's like, that's the only thing that's going to really make it real to them. Otherwise, they think, well, hey, you're going to keep doing it because you've been doing it. You've been paying all the bills, so keep doing it. Here it is. You want a man who leads, and you want a guy who has direction, and you're saying you're going to be submissive and all these type of things when you see a guy that leads. Okay, here's a guy who, I'm not seeing all this situation, but right now it looks like he's about it and he's doing his part. Because certainly she would have told him you ain't doing your part by now. So here's a guy who has shown he should be leading. Should she lead? Sounds like she doesn't even have anything going on for herself. So obviously he should be leading, right? And here it is, he's telling her, here's what we need. I'm the captain of the ship. Here's what we need. Here's the position you need to play. You don't have a position? Let's play this position. And she can't even hear him. She can't even listen to what he's saying. She can't even really attempt to do what he's saying for their betterment. This is going to help her out just as much as him. But her getting a job or her making herself more useful gives her that much more leverage. What he's telling her is going to help her out, but she's not even listening because of her ego. She's thinking she don't got to do this. Why I got to do this? Probably her mind's in the wrong place. You watching TV all day on social media. He's fed up. And they're a young couple. You know, they probably have went through some struggle. I don't know how long they've been together, but you know, you see this happening. They got to learn how to manage each other. Got to learn how to motivate each other sometimes. You know, even if you start out, both of you guys, you know, are motivated and ambitious, somebody might get depression. Somebody might go through something, whether it's health or something that slows them up. And of course, a lot of people, as soon as they get a time where they see turmoil, the person is struggling, the partner is struggling, they want to head out. They want to jump off the boat, jump off the ship, abandon ship. But that's not what it's about, right? Especially if you're talking about long-term relationships, you got to be able to work this through. But obviously, it's a fine line with that, right? Where you got to be able to at least communicate and reason with your partner. You know, both being grown people, it's hard to get another grown person to do something they don't want to do. So you gotta have to draw a line and stand on it. Unfortunately, and this is what this guy did. Hope it worked out for him. Because let me be clear, this is the absolute last resort. Nobody wants to be putting nobody out, especially when you care about that person and you've been with them in a relationship. That's not the way to go, but sometimes it's the only way. Most households, especially upper middle class on down to poor, need at least 2 incomes to not only survive, but thrive. Just because it's going good now and you can afford the household lifestyle on 1 income doesn't mean you should. Many people seem to forget about that in case shit. That in case shit happens. So to me, it's imperative that both of you are capable and are stable. So when certain situations might pop up, you can help each other out. Going on some of them trips, being able to get the kids through school, making that nice purchase of yours, buying that house. It doesn't have to all be on that man unless he can afford it. I mean, if he's upper class, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think most men don't care about that. They willing to do that. But I mean, anybody that's a middle to upper class, you might have it to a certain degree and have excess right now. But then it's only a matter of time before something pop up. And then there's a fork in the road and you got to get past that. And when you really think about it, a lot of relationships hinge on that financial piece, because then you're going through a little turmoil. Somebody lose their job. And, you know, of course, with the financial piece comes the mental and emotional piece. You know what I mean? And that could drive a wedge for people. But see, another piece to this is you got to know who you're dealing with, right? Because a lot of guys go out and they try to save these women from these type of situations and backgrounds, thinking that if they just loved them right, or if they just gave them the type of support and guidance and direction, that they'll change. Some people just don't have that type of desire, and you got to know who you're dealing with. That women like her, I've seen where just having a job is beneath them because they feel like they can make quick money by stripping or what other things they do. I'm not saying necessarily her, but finding a simp, finding a guy who could take care of them so they never had to have a job. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, what she's probably doing while he's at work, she's probably out with her ex or with the guy that don't got to do none of that. Don't got to pay no bill. on a daily basis while she's off and you paying all the bills. While you going away, she acting like she's trying to get a job. She's acting like she's putting in applications. She's acting like she's just not able to find a job. But meanwhile, she's either hanging with friends, fucking off time, or she with a side piece, giving it up for free. But let me know what y'all think. Like we always do at this time, hit that comment section. Let me know y'all experiences. Bang on that like button. I appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all always come through. And like that, we out.